Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our loyalty and rewards with 2.22 updates. My name is Matt Liano here. I will be your pilot for this webinar. My co-pilot here is Anna Kessel, our corporate training team lead.
Good morning, everyone.
And as always, you will find other resources in terms of how-to videos, recorded webinars in the training video section. And any more detailed release notes you'll find under the Getting Started button on your screen there for you. So to give you an overview of the agenda that we'll cover for today, I wanted to recap the loyalty and rewards feature. Very basic things here: how to accrue points, settings, redeeming the reward points for those of those attending that are new to loyalty and rewards. And then we'll get into the details of the 2.22 updates with loyalty and rewards. So to get into those basics once again, accruing points, what you're seeing here are the options that you can work with support to set up your loyalty and rewards program. So there are 3 ways that your customers can accrue points. The first option you see there is 1 point per transaction. The second option you see is accruing points based on the net purchase amount. And you can designate that correlation. So the other option you see there is for each point earned, customers must spend, in this case, $1. You can up that if you want to. Customers will earn a point for every $2 they spend, and you can also round those points if you want to. So it's up to you on how you want that to work. The third option is points for specific products. So you can allow customers to accrue points for specific products, which value will be determined on the details of each product. So it's an individual product basis that you'll be assigning these points. You can have one, you can have all of these, but once again, the way they're accruing points is something you would work on in setting up the loyalty program through our support team here. And then in terms of the rewards discounts that we'll see later, some of the other things you can tweak, you'll be able to do on your own in your management console. So assigning points is what I'm showing you here. This is a small screenshot of if we went into the advanced product details of a specific product, then we would see this option here. We determine the point value. So if I am a coffee shop and a cup of coffee is 5 points, I would determine this as a 5 point value. This is eligible for purchase rewards, and you can also enact a multiplier. So if you have those types of programs where on specific products you get double the points, or on certain days you would get double the points, you can input that value here. So a really good way to include that into your point programs if you have special days where customers can accrue more points based on what they're buying. So once your customers accrue these points, what are they going to do with them? They're going to redeem them for a reward. So to create the reward discount, it's done through the discount section of the products tab in your management console. And it starts out as any other discount would. One of the main definers here is your discount function is loyalty, because this is going to be a loyalty discount. Now, you can create as many rewards as you want. And remember, there's 3 reward types. So they can redeem they can redeem loyalty points based on visits, item points, or purchases. So depending on if they have enough points of one of those categories, they'll be eligible for the reward that you create here. So in this example, we're creating a loyalty discount. The rewards type is visits. So if a customer had enough visits points, they can redeem this $10 off discount. You can do multiple redemptions, but it is still only 1 reward per item and 1 order reward. And rewards will only show to customers if they have enough points and the qualifying items. So there's 2 ways I'll show you in a couple of slides. Either if you do not have a customer-facing display, the employee working the iPad can see what is redeemable. And with a customer-facing display, that redemption control is put in the hands of the customer. Oh, also I wanted to indicate here, just like any other discount, you have those basic discount rules. So you can show the effective dates and times. You can choose which qualification types, is it per order, per item, etc. All right, so redeeming points on the POS. So as an employee of your business, I'm looking at this screen here, and the system tells me when a customer is attached to an order and they qualify for redemption. So in this case, this customer has quite a few points here. Looks like they're purchase reward points. So I can redeem them for dollars off in this case. Below that, there's the similar discount of $1 off based on item reward points. Now, in the hands of my customers, they have redeeming points on the customer-facing display system. So as a customer, I'm looking at the division of my points there, so by item, purchase, and visits, and I choose what I want to receive that day. Now, as a last send-off, you have a thank you, some details of the transaction, as well as details of the points used and what needs to be earned to get the next reward. So you have an opportunity there to push some return business. Through a Twilio integration, you can also have some customer communication if they have a loyalty number. So once again, that's a Twilio integration for SMS communication. You can have things like a welcome message upon signing up to the loyalty program, or even a reminder message after 30 days of inactivity at your store. When it does come to reporting, I just want to make a note here. The reporting does, I believe, only tie into the Revel loyalty program. So from here, I wanted to get into the 2.22 updates for loyalty and rewards. The first thing is Kiosk. So if you're not familiar with our Kiosk add-on here, it's basically a self-serve terminal where customers can walk up, log in as a guest or even as a profile that can be saved, and they could purchase something from a cold case or without interacting with another individual and just grab and go. With the Kiosk, there is basic customer profile creation, and gift cards and loyalty rewards have been integrated with 2.22. So customers can now create and access their customer profile using the Kiosk. The allow customer creation, which is that screenshot at the top there for you, the settings have been added to the settings Kiosk page, and this allows you to configure the functionality. So on the Kiosk, customers without profiles, they can choose to set up the profile then and there. And depending on the settings configured on the back end here, you choose what is required so that you can tie the customer to an email, a phone number, or a birth date, some identifiable information there. Once again, this is when I walk up to its Kiosk, I have the option to sign in here. I put in my information and then I would hit next. If the system detects a duplicate customer, it will show the customer the duplicate name and ask the customer to confirm if that is who they are, or they can create a profile using a different email or phone number. And as I mentioned, the customer can also choose to log in as a guest. Another feature I'll go into a little bit later, but it's automatic loyalty generation. If loyalty account auto generation is enabled, the system will prompt the customer to create a new loyalty account and link it to their profile. So it kind of condenses that process into a few less clicks and a few less windows for your customer. All right, so if I'm an existing customer with a profile that is already there, I can log into the Kiosk using my phone number, a loyalty card number, or email address, depending on what you configured in the back end. And using the Kiosk, customers can access their profile where they can view information about themselves. So they're going to see their loyalty points, order history. They'll also be able to edit their information. So here I am signing up. I'm choosing a PIN for my account for expedited login. And when I actually get to my profile, you'll see the parity here with the loyalty program. So I can see, as Fred here, my amount of reward points and visit points. So I mentioned automatic loyalty generation. So when creating customer records, there is now the ability in 2.22 to create loyalty accounts as well. You will see this option in the settings, gift, rewards, and admin cards page in your management console. So it's a back-end setting. And if it's enabled, the functionality will allow you to select an automatic loyalty generation based on 3 choices. So the customer phone or a randomly generated number, or you can manually input number. And then you'll have the option to select a number length for the loyalty number by choosing, I think it's between 5 and 18 digits, and there's a default amount of 9. So if I were on the POS as an employee, I'm working the register here, I'm adding in a customer. With the automatic loyalty generation turned on, I get the first screen on the left. So I manage the rewards, I generate, and on the right, I have the automatic loyalty generation behavior. So it's telling me it's automatically generated, it's giving me a number, and it's a little quicker there in terms of creating the entire profile for the customer. So it's another way to get the customer into the system with a loyalty account so they can start accruing points and redeeming quicker. What I also wanted to tie into this was customer types. So for those of you who conduct business with other companies, you can actually create a customer profile name of the company. And how to do that is because there's a customer type functionality that's been added in the back end under settings, customer info. And so when configuring the setting, you can choose between individual or company. If you choose individual, first and last name will be required and company name will be optional. Whereas if you choose company, the company name will be required. So it's just whatever's required there. So on the POS system, if I'm to add a new customer, you'll see there on the left, am I choosing an individual or company? And then on the right, if I need to search for my customers, the customer profile shows up with the company name right there. So ABC Company was the name of the example there. All right, so that might factor in more with if there's a company name or entity that uses the loyalty and rewards program through your business, and many employees maybe use that one company profile. It's possible to do that now. All right, one of the last big things with 2.22 was the cash back reward. So as you can see in the screenshot here, this setting is found in the management console under gift, rewards, and admin cards under loyalty. And you have the cashback rewards function. Okay, so enabling this, in the reward label field, you'll enter in a label for the cashback rewards program. And this is what it's going to appear on the POS. So for example, cashback rewards, or cashback in this case. You're going to set a dollar value, which will be used to determine how many dollars a customer earns back as a discount per rewards point. So for example, on your screen there, if the amount is a cent, then each point is worth 1 cent, and 100 points would be $1 off. The type of program the cashback rewards will support would be visits, purchases, items, and pooled. And points will not expire. So what does this look like? So if I am on the POS as a customer, as an employee, just like how I showed you with the rewards and loyalty redemptions, now we have cash back. So you'll see cash back is right there, and there's 108 points, the very top line. So if I had 108 points based on the settings I put, I'll get $1.08 cash back. I know in the screenshot there are zeros, but imagine that in dollars. All right. All right. So with 2.22, there were a few key updates I wanted to share with you today, as well as a recap of how the loyalty program works. It was a bit of a short webinar today. We are recording this, and I will get this online, but I wanted to defer to Anna if we had any questions.
We did have one question that I actually didn't know the answer to, so I wanted to ask to see if maybe you knew the answer to. I'm not sure if this is a situation we've come across yet, And if not, not a big deal. We can always find out and get back to you later. But we had a question of, can I do limited time double points without manually adjusting each item? And I don't think I've ever been asked that question before or tested that.
Limited time double points.
Without manually.
From a theory standpoint, I would say the best way to go about it is, I don't even know if that's available in Excel. You know what? That is a good question. We'll have to dig a little deeper and find out for you.
So, Dan, if you don't mind sending an email to training@revelsystems.com so that we have your contact information, we'll talk to some folks and see if we can actually get down to the bottom of this. Another question that Dan actually had was, does Revel have a plan to support birthday rewards? Not specifically ones that are tied to a customer's birthday, but Revel does you can store birthdays in the CRM, obviously, and can kind of have something linked to it, but it's a bit of a manual process at this point. There's not like an auto-generated email that could get sent out right away that will say, hey, you've got these kinds of rewards because it's your birthday.
I'd actually like to bring that up when we ask about the other question.
Yeah,
Dan.
absolutely.
So that's a really cool suggestion. I think we'll bring it up when we talk to our product team.
Yeah, so Dan, go ahead and make sure you just email training@revelsystems.com. We've got another question. Can a user create a loyalty account on a customer-facing display? And they absolutely can. So on the CDS, essentially, you would have to just have certain settings enabled, and when a customer comes in, you can even require that they create a profile if you wanted to do that, or you can make it optional, and they can set that all up themselves. They can even take a photo of themselves using the front-facing camera of the CDS. So yes, definitely. All right, and I think that's all the questions we have thus far.
Cool. Thanks everyone for joining us. Oh yeah.
Got one more.
Okay.
Came in last second.
Sure.
Can a customer phone number be attached to their loyalty number? Absolutely. You can even make that phone number be their loyalty number if you'd like. So you have full flexibility there. Anything else, anyone? Any other last minute ones?
And of course, if you do come up with something after we've ended this, training@revelsystems.com, feel free to forward us your question, and we would love to get you the best answer. Okay. So once again, thanks for joining us. Short and sweet today, and we'll see you at our next webinar. Have a great day.